Jericho here. Thank you for stopping by. Welcome to We the People, a new birth of freedom. Get the message out. Share it with everyone you can. Leave your comments below. I'll get back to you. For some time now, we've been looking at the word tyrant or tyrants or tyrannical. It's really an exhaustive subject. It's almost unlimited. And the more you look around, the more you see the trails of tyrants and their characteristics and the shit piles. They live everywhere. You see tyrants and bullies, dictators, despotic leaders. They do their very best to stay away from truth. They work very hard and labor intensively to avoid absolutes. I remember one time I was working on my bachelor's degree and I took a philosophy class. The first night, second night, I can't remember, but I was taking night classes and the professor stood up there and said, I just want to inform the class that one of the primary themes of this particular philosophy class will be there are no absolutes. I raised my hand quickly and I said, he said, yes. I said, sir, you just contradicted yourself. He said, what do you mean by that? I said, your very statement, there are no absolutes, is an absolute statement. He looked at me rather puzzled. Finally, he said, I guess I need to think about that. I said, yeah, you do. You just totally contradicted yourself. So anyway, tyrants try to avoid truth, absolutes, actualities. But they become masters. They evolve into masters of deception, illusion, delusions, theories. Yeah, we'll go with theories, because theories are not absolutes. Theories change all the time. Absolutes do not change. They become very skilled at manipulating words, playing with words, redefining words. And one of their greatest tools out of their bag of tyranny is simply propaganda, which they market as truth. They market propaganda as, oh, I really care. They market propaganda as, oh, I feel your pain. They market their propaganda, their illusions, their deception, their lies, their falsehoods. They market all of those things as, I really am concerned about the American people. Yeah, okay. Sounds good, but as I told my children growing up, and I certainly encourage you to do the same, of course, listen to what people say, but above and beyond, watch what they do. Watch what they do. The old adage, a picture paints a thousand words, is certainly true, because a picture depicts what somebody is doing, not necessarily what they're saying. So, something to really consider. And we certainly see the world filled with tyrants. And of course, the very soul of their tyranny, the very soul of their hypocritical charisma is that it's all about their agenda, all about themselves. They're the classic narcissist. It's about them, their world, and what they want to see based on their own subjective, twisted ideologies. But free people People who truly understand life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, justice, real true justice, not a pseudo-justice. Those type of people, real true American patriots, they live for truth. We hold these truths to be self-evident. They live for inalienable rights, not fabrications, not an illusion. Let me give you some illusions. We've all experienced this, except the rich. But those of us that have labored for an hourly wage, let's look at propaganda, an illusion, something that's not even real. Oh yes, also tyrants deal in generalizations, generic. They love generic things. They love to make sure whatever they're saying, they've got loopholes surrounding that so they can escape when somebody pins them in the corner. So let's look at an illusion. Those of us that's worked for an hourly wage, we go to a job, we get hired, and finally the million-dollar question is, well, not really a million-dollar question, but the question poses, okay, what is my pay? What am I getting paid? So they look at you and they'll say $10 an hour, $12 an hour, $15 an hour, $18 an hour, $20 an hour, whatever, $25 an hour, within the context of an hourly wage. Whatever figure they give you, let's say hypothetically $20 an hour, you don't make $20 an hour. That's just what it looks like on paper. You realize that, right? I know you do. You never make $20 an hour. That's just something they can stamp on paper. But after taxes, you're not making $20 an hour. So what they're actually telling you is, okay, here's what we're going to put on paper. We're going to put on paper that we're paying you $20 an hour, even though they're not paying you $20 an hour, because that's a lie. When they tell you you're going to be making $20 an hour to start, $15 an hour to start, no, you're not. No, that's just paperwork. What you're actually going to be making is what they give you after all the taxes are taken out and the state is satisfied and Social Security, of course, and that's a good thing, is satisfied, and the federal government is satisfied, even though we're not government employees, but we have to pay rent to the government. And I'm not against all taxes, but we've been so damn taxed to death, and they still can't get the deficit right. They still can't balance the budget. But let's just keep taxing the American people. Yeah, okay. So anyway, you're not making $15, $20 an hour. That's an illusion. Looks good on paper, but it don't look good in your bank account, in your wallet, on your ATM card. You're not making that. It's an illusion. It's a generalization. It's how they play with figures and names and titles. You get it now? It's all an illusion. So when they look at you and say, your starting wage is $15 an hour. No, it's not. After taxes, that's your starting wage. The piper has to be paid first. Uncle Sam have to be paid first, or whatever the hell his name is anymore. I think we need to change his name. It's all about greed. It's all about who gets their pockets lined first before you get your wage that they just lied to you about. Hey, I'm going to stop this video right there and give you some thoughts to consider, and we'll pick up this subject next time on the next video. Until then, be a true American. Love truth, love life, love liberty, love the pursuit of happiness and justice above all things. And God bless.